and today I am joined by...
Yes, we are very happy to be here. Thank you very much to invite us for this interview, and we are very glad to be here with you and with your very important channel and very important radio. Thank you.
Thank you, man. I've had your debut album a few days, and it's been on constantly. It's a nice mix of killer riffs mixed in with melodic tones. How excited are you about releasing this in a few weeks?
Yes, the release date is 12th of January. And yes, we are very close to this important target for us. Yes. And clearly we are excited about it because it's our first album for sure, as Lastintime. Clearly, as you can see, we are not so young, okay? We are not old, but we are not, let me say, on our first experience. But Lastintime, yes, is our new project and is our first release, and we are very excited about it.
How do you think the album will be received by the world?
So you mean how the people can accept our album and let me say, really, I don't have an idea. I'll be honest. What I can tell you is that for up to now, the feedback that we received is that is very appreciated from the people in the market, let me say, and also to our friend and the people that we have involved to listen to our song just as a test, let me say. And so up to now, we can tell you that the feedback are very good, but we don't know exactly what will be the future of our album, and but clearly we expect that the people can accept and enjoy our music. We hope that they appreciate our effort and our, let me say, the task and the mighty task that we had to complete this project and complete the songs.
Brilliant. Of course, all the tracks will be your babies on the album, but if you had to choose one today, which would be your favorite and why?
I don't have let me say, I think that I can talk for, let me say, also on behalf of you, because we spoke about it many times. We don't have a favorite song because at least, let me say, it's let me say, a path, a music path started 20 years ago, because some of the songs, not most of the songs, but 3 songs, the starting of these 3 songs was about 20 years ago. For example, The Way to Rock, the first time I wrote the music, I remember I was 21 or 22 years old. And I take a little bit of time, let me say, to release this album, okay? But maybe is too late, but not because it's the song that we choose to give the name of the album, because is, let me say, what that song shows, or let me say, or is more aligned on the musician that we are now, let me say, because clearly in the last 20 years we grow as a musician, we grow also as people, let me say. Also the lyrics, what are explained in what are telling during the song, and also the musical approach on the song. I think that is the most important for the album, let me say, because maybe is the song that more give the idea of the let me say, the level of the musician, but not only for regarding technical point of view about the musician, but also regarding the expressivity and the yes, the feeling that we would like to transmit and with our song.
Excellent. I particularly love the collaboration with Katerina. Are the hopes? And there's not like a lot of information about her, really. I mean, is there hopes to do more work with her in the future? I believe it. Believer in Love. I really love that track. It's fantastic. I mean, do you hope to do more work with her in the future?
Yes, it was my idea to make this, let me say, duet with both of the voices, because the lyric of that song is telling about a story, telling about a divorce of two men and a woman, and I would like to give to Caterina and to Igor a different, let me say, role in the story. And I was very, let me say, happy, because it was also a need for us just to try to make this duet and see if the song it works, not. And it was really fantastic for us to listen to the final result of the song. Caterina has a, let me say, an incredible voice. She is very wonderful in everything she did. In the album, but also in general in his music life, let me say. So we have the guest in the video, and it was an honor for us to have Caterina. And thank you very much. I appreciate that you love Believer in Love, because also the lyrics of that song is one of the most, let me say, not personal, because I'm not talking about my personal life, but I'm talking about some friends. I have lived, let me say, that story on the border, but I have seen what's going on, and he gives to me the idea of the lyrics, not of the music, but of the lyrics. And I was very happy to talking about that story.
Brilliant. I reckon you should release that as your next single. I mean, if there's any justice in the world, that would be like high up in the national chart, mate. Honestly, it's brilliant. Love it. Fantastic.
Yes, also Moonlight was a good choice to have as a single, because we would like to give the importance also to Caterina in the project, because it at least is the only song where Caterina is the only singer in the project, let me say. She gave a really big support on the other three songs, as Believer, Oblong, and also The Way to Rock. But in Moonlight, I think that she did a very wonderful job, let me say. And we decided together with our label, with the Rock Shot Record, to select Moonlight as a second single, because it was for us important also to give, let me say, to Caterina the right place that his voice deserves.
Brilliant. All right, man. I particularly love the longer tracks as well. I mean, some of them are over 6 minutes. The Animal, that's my personal favorite. I just think it's a fantastic album. I'm really enjoying it. Can you tell us the formats the album is going to be released on? Is it going to be CD, cassette, vinyl?
We decided just to, as a hardware format, just to use CD and not vinyl, for example. It was the choice that we made 3 months ago. We will see how the album will be accepted, let me say, to the people, and we will decide in a second step also to invest about vinyl, vinyl hardware support.
Brilliant. The album is the full package, even down to the album artwork. That's going to look amazing framed. Would you plan to have it as a big picture?
Yes. The artist, the cover artist, was our friend of mine, and he did also a very great job about it. I explained to him which was, first of all, the meaning of Lastintime, the name of the band, let me say. That for me is clearly, I'm joking about it, because for me it was more simple to find a name and write the songs than to find a name for the project, let me say.
Yeah.
I struggled for more than 2 years, let me say, just to find the right name, and I don't know if I find it, but at least it was the better that we choose together. And the name, because the name really, let me say, talking the name of the band, talking about what is behind the songs, because it's a path that started 20 years ago. Let me say, on Lastintime, it means something that remains on the time, and for us, clearly, for me, is that song. But not only that song, clearly, because in the last 20 years I didn't play only 9 songs, as you can understand.
Yeah.
But we think that the name Lastintime give the right sense on what is behind the song, behind the story of this album, let me say. And when I explained this to the artist cover, Alberto Zimino, and I gave to him also the songs, and listen to, when he was listening to the song, at least I think the idea was 90% from Alberto. He decided to use that kind of graphics, the stones, the clock in the stones, let me say. We just discussed about details, but 90% the idea coming from Alberto.
Right, but it is an amazing artwork, honestly. So that is why Lastintime is your band name then. It's like the first thing that comes into your head is Last in Line, Lastintime. Yeah.
Yes. This is what we thought, because Last in Line, Lastintime is very common, not. But yes, I have the doubt to use this name only for this association, let me say. But at least Lastintime was so perfect to describe what is behind the project that at least I decided to keep it.
Brilliant, love it. Okay then, so is this purely like a studio project, or do you think about going on tour with this album at all?
It was started as a studio project because at least it was my, let me say, we started as my epitaph. Okay, when I was close to 40 years old, talking with Igor, and that was almost 5 years that I was searching the right people to create this project. At least I didn't find it, and so I decided to move in a studio project, because I would like to, let me say, to concretize this project, record this song. At least I had 16 songs ready to be recorded. But I spread a lot of time to find the right people to involve in the project, and I decided, okay, guys, now we can complete the album with the first 9 songs, and we will see about the second album. I have the material to already composed, let me say, just ready to be recorded. And I decided to split the song and not to make a full length, about 1 hour and a half. I decided to split the song, and okay, let's see what's going on with the first album, and we will decide how to move on the second one. And clearly the project started like a studio project, but during the process of recording, and also I involved people, I involved musicians. 80% of the musicians I already knew them, because I have played with them in other bands, like Igor. We have some other project together in the last 10 years. And for me, it was absolutely the perfect choice to choose Igor and his voice, because I know his potentiality, and I know also that he loves under AOR music, he loves progressive rock, he loves also pop, let me say, because we have covered a lot of genre in our tribute band or cover band where we play together. So I know that he has the range in the voice and also the mental range to approach this kind of album, because it's not only metal, it's not only pop, it's not only classic rock. I needed to have an open mind, let me say, an open mind approach also in the instrumental approach, on the way you played the song, let me say. And but just to answer to your question and finalize my answer is that when we starting to record, at least we discovered that also people that were involved, just like let me say turnist or something like that, they really appreciated the project and they really felt in love about the project and the song. And at least they decided to be a part of the project. So now we are looking to plan also a live era of this project in order to, let me say, present and show the album, to make the proper promotion of the album, but also to give a, let me say, a concrete shape of the project, and not only a studio concept, let me say.
You got a tribute band. What's your tribute band called, just out of interest?
Yes, we have some other band. We work together. We play together. Let me say.
Yeah.
Mainly was a cover band, and we used to play in live situation here around Bologna and Imola area. Let me say. We had, I think, almost 100 gigs together.
Wow.
Less in the last 10 years. So I know very well his voice, and he know very well how I play the guitar. And also we know very well which is our level of alcohol and wine before to get crazy or to get drunk.
Yeah. Know what you mean. Okay. So you've got many talented musicians on this album. But I'm going to ask you then, if you could have your ultimate band with yourselves included in the band, who would be in your lineup?
For me, the lineup is, yes, I decided to involve many musicians, let me say, because first of all, I have a lot of friends, let me say. For example, Alessio Mosconi, that he played on 4 songs in the album. I started to work on my song about the instrumental part, about the strings and piano with Alessio. So for me, the choice was very simple. Alessio, you have to record this song because we passed time together in order to make make the arrangement and to define some parts together. And other people are involved because I know their skills. I know when let me say, one keyboard player was the best for the Hammond part, or where I need to have different sound. And I try to choose the people in the right way in order to give to each song the best, let me say, possible with the full lineup. I had the opportunity, and I was very lucky, let me say, because I really feel lucky to have this lineup. Also to have Caterina gives to us, let me say, the opportunity to extend not only the vocal range, but the range that we can touch for different songs. For example, Moonlight Dreamers cannot be sang by a man. We tried, but it's not the same song.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay, so some fun questions now then, away from the album. What was the last song you listened to today?
What? For the album, you mean?
No, any song.
Okay. Which is the last song we listened today? You?
No, l'ultimo non lo so qual è.
I don't remember because today was a very full day, and I don't remember if I listened to music, let me say. But in this period for me is the best period to listen about Queen and Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Don't ask me why, because it's but for me during Christmas days, Christmas holidays, for me the Trans-Siberian Orchestra for me is the best that I can choose, just to as my choice to pass the Christmas days and Christmas holidays and stay at home. But okay, maybe I listen something from Toto.
Okay.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah.
And Gary Moore.
Cool. Brilliant. Okie doke. So, if there was a rock song about yourself, what would it be called?
A rock song about myself.
Yeah, what would it be called?
The most important for me.
Well, what would it be called?
For me, I remember the song that changed my life was Living on a Prayer.
Cool. Brilliant.
I remember exactly the first time I listened to that song. I was 13 years old, something like that. I never listened to Bon Jovi. My brother, Mirko, that also he sang the last song, Winter May, in the album. And he brought the CD at our home. I never listened to Bon Jovi, and it was Crossroads, if you remember the Crossroads. And I remember exactly the moment when I put the CD inside the reader, let me say, and I listened to Living on a Prayer. I think that I have listened to that song maybe 40 times without a stop. And I remember that I was trying to sing, shouting, let me say, the chorus.
Yeah.
At the time, let me say, I didn't understand one word of English, but I tried to. I won again. Let me say, just to simulate, make a simulation of the words, and I remember exactly that moment. I think that Living on a Prayer changed my life. Even if the first album I brought in my life was The Final Countdown. I remember I was 7 years old when I bought that album. Really. I was in the market and my uncle was to make a gift to me. We were, I think, about Christmas holidays, Christmas period. And I remember that I chose the Final Countdown at 7 years old. So maybe you can also hear some influence about Europe in my song, and this is the reason. Okay.
For me, not a song, but one album is another images and words from the Dream Theater.
Cool, that's brilliant. All right, so then, can you give us 4 words to describe Lastintime?
Oh, some words. Clearly, for me, it's not the album that one rocker man, let me say, can expect. Is exactly what you can expect. Also, listening to the single that we have chosen, because you have already listened to the full album. The Animal is a completely different song than The Way to Rock or Moonlight Dreamers. And this is a risk also, let me say, because the risk is that the people is expecting something hard rock, but at least maybe only some influences, sorry for my English, influences are hard rock. And let me say, there's a double face of the coin, let me say, because the people can absolutely appreciate the variety of the album, but also cannot appreciate the variety of the album, because if you buy something and you expect to have, let me say, a first in phase for 45 minutes, this is not the right album, because there's a lot of story, a lot of influences, and a lot of let me say atmosphere that you can touch during the listening of the album, in my opinion, clearly.
So, Igor, did you do most of the songwriting, or was that a shared thing, the lyrics and that?
About the songwriting, the lyrics, let me say, first of all, my approach is to write the music, write the musical part, and is for me. I think that 99% of the time I choose the lyrics after I have finished the musical part. But when in the writing process, when I let me say I'm going to create a connection from every part of the song, and mainly when I'm in the chorus part of the song, I have some key words that are, let me say, running in my mind, because are musical for me, and I can have a match of the music and these key words in my head. So at least I remember these key words. And when it's possible, when I find something that for me is, let me say, have sense with the music, I start to write the lyrics following that keywords, let me say, but also following the musical feeling of the song, clearly. Because in the animal is very difficult to me to talking about someone that is falling in love, let me say, because
okay, that's really cool. Okay, so now it's just 5 fast questions, so it's either or either. Yeah, so the first one is vinyl or digital.
Vinyl or digital?
Yeah,
if I prefer, let me say, digital.
Right.
I prefer digital because I think that for vinyl, this is my point of view about the technical point of view. But it's just I'm convinced about it. But I discussed about this point with other musicians. They not agree with me, but anyway, is my point of view. I think that the era of vinyl, it was a very great era. And I'm really happy that also the vinyl is coming out again in the market.
Yeah.
Because we already know that the digital is killing really. Band like Lastintime and all the underground, because at least all the money and all the effort that you put to concretize one project, you don't get back, let me say, neither 1% of the money that you put in the project. And to invest in the hardware, maybe hardware and live and gigs is the only way for a project to give back some money. But the mining for me is a, let me say, is a analogic support, and I expect to have a recording process before that is following the hardware that you are using to reproduce the music. For me, I have no sense to have a complete digital rig of recording. So you record guitar with, let me say, amplifier simulation for guitar, for bass, also for the drums. You can use trigger. You can use a lot of things that. Okay, in the case of the drums, is coming from real sound that just are matched with, let me say, a digital transposition of the analogic recording. But okay, we know, we all know that 99% of the process of recording now is completely digital.
Yeah.
And at least during the mastering phase, you do something that is compliant with the vinyl mastering and frequency response, but is not the same than if you have recorded everything in analogic waves. Also because the amplitude of the wave is completely different.
Okay, that's a brilliant answer. So next one is pepperoni or pizza?
Pepperoni or pizza?
Pepperoni or pizza?
For me, pizza.
Pizza.
Okay. The next one is festival or small intimate gig?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Festival or small intimate gig?
Oh, don't know. Let me say. No, don't know.
You don't know. Okay. All right. Are you saints or sinners?
Saints or sinners? Santi o peccatori?
Sinners.
You are a sinner.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle.
All right, man.
Depends by the day, let me say.
All right, then. And the final one is Juventus or AC Milan?
AC Milan.
Okay.
For football.
Football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is the other choice instead of Milan?
Juventus.
Juventus. Okay.
Bologna soccer.
I stopped to follow football, let me say, when I was 14 years old. Mainly when I started to play the guitar, I decided to stop to follow the football because I was at 14 years old, very tired to fight every Monday morning with my friends about which was the best team on the day before. So at least I decided to myself to don't follow football anymore. only for let me say the World Championship Cup.
Yeah, World Cup. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for your time this evening. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
We have a message for our fans.
Che messaggio vuoi?
So the message for us is, let me say, we appreciate every minute that someone would like to dedicate to listen to our music, because this gives a sense to our life as a musician, let me say, as an artist, and even if they don't like it, no, I hope that clearly they like our job, but let me say, if they spend 1 minute of their life and they can feel something, listen to our music is the best gift that we can have, because this makes sense on everything.